Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Lakeland. We are getting this one underway about 15 minutes late. The officials did not arrive until about 12 minutes after 1 o'clock, so about a 3-minute lapse of time between their arrival and play getting underway. Plus, had to examine a tee being used by Avon Park. But we are good to go, ready to play baseball. As South Sumter takes on Avon Park. Hi, everybody. Robert Williamson set to bring you the coverage. Demas Rodriguez leading things off, and he will drop it into right field. Rodriguez taking more than one. He's on his way to two, and he's been given the green light to go to third. He will travel to third. It will ricochet off Easton Jackson, and Demas Rodriguez will come in and score. It's how we started the opening game this morning for South Sumter. It is how he starts this one as well. South Sumter getting their second game of action underway. Avon Park, it's our first time seeing them. It is cloudy, it is overcast. And there is the threat of rain, according to the iPhone weather app, as this one is deposited into center field. And safely aboard is Connor Barkyam. According to the forecast, threat of rain doesn't exist until about 5 o'clock this afternoon. That's 4 hours from now, but it sure looks threatening now, and the wind beginning to pick up and temperatures cooling off, all signs that we may not get this one completely underway or may not wrap it up. Barkyam, the base runner over at first. Bridger Huddleston stepping into the batter's box. Florida T-ball action here on JockJive.com. High fly ball left field. And Huddleston on with at least one. It will turn into two. Rounding third, Barkyam. He will come in and score. And South Sumter grabbing the 2-zip lead. Base runner at second is Huddleston. And again, cooling off, clouding up, windy. All indications that we might have a stall of play shortly. Keyshawn McCook coming to the plate. Bryson Dullen to the on-deck circle. And that wind rather brisk, blowing right to left. There are lightning detectors, and that will indicate if lightning is within a certain radius of the park. Popped up by McCook into right center field. Huddleston given the green light. He will come in and score, and McCook has driven him in. It is now a 3-zip South Sumter lead. Bryson Dullen headed to the plate. Luke Jennings to the on-deck circle. Well, it feels better, believe me. But that doesn't mean that it's better from the standpoint of weather cooperating with play. And I see raindrops begin to fall as it's rolled towards Cobb. Cobb will go to second, get the force out there on the 6-4. So one away here in the top part of the first. As Luke Jennings comes to the plate, there's a base runner on. Not many drops of rain, but they are sporadic and beginning to fall. Driven towards short, Cobb underhands to second, and that will pull the second baseman, Jace Jackson, off the back. Well, lineups. I don't know if we are going to have time to get lineups in for you as the raindrops begin to fall. Mason Poole stepping into the batter's box for South Sumter. Demas Rodriguez, the one-hitter. Connor Barkyam batting second. Bridger Huddleston is the 3-hitter. Keyshawn McCook in the 4 spot. Bryson Dullen batting 5th. Luke Jennings is the 6-hitter. Mason Poole in the 7 spot. Parker Grill batting 8th. Mason Mitchell is the 9-hitter. Popped up over the men of Easton Jackson coming off the mound. Dullen told to come on home. He does. At second is Jennings. Mason Poole has driven in another South Sumter run. It is a 4-zip lead. And again, those drops of rain beginning to drop on us. And the wind blowing the rain our direction as it has popped up. At first, catch made by Jackson. Grill will fly out. And everybody else stays put. Four zip score, 2 gone. Mason Mitchell coming to the plate. Quick look at the defense for Avon Park. Easton Jackson on the hill behind the plate. Jackson Hancock, the first baseman, is Kaysen Jackson. Jace Jackson at second. Crew Cobb is at shortstop at third. Hazen Cobb in the outfield. Houston Hall in left. Left center belongs to Ty Parker. Right center, Colton Elder. Right field is Levi Strickland. Swatted in the direction of first. It is scooped up by Jackson, and Jackson able to track down Poole. So a total of 4 runs were played as the raindrops fall on Lakeland. We are back with the bottom of the first, weather permitting. Well, you can see we're making some adjustments as far as equipment is concerned to get it out of the weather. Rain falling, so there is a pause in the action. We will keep you posted on Facebook as to the change in play. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. It has been a rather lengthy weather delay. We had finished the top part of the first, South Sumter taking on Avon Park. Then the rains came and they poured. And then the lightning struck, and it did it multiple times. So obviously they take the youngsters off the field because of the rain. They kept them off the field because of the lightning. And what initially started around 1:30 this afternoon will resume about 3 hours later. Hi, everybody. Robert Williamson set to resume the coverage. South Sumter taking on Avon Park. Top part of the inning. A total of 4 runs plate for South Sumter. Those 4 are Rodriguez, Barkyam, Huddleston, and also Doolin all come in and score. So it is a 4-0 advantage as we resume play. Avon Park coming to the plate. Let's get things set for you where Avon Park is concerned. Kason Jackson, the first baseman, leading things off. Crew Cobb playing short, Wobad second. Chase Jackson is the second baseman in the 3 spot. Laid on the tee, right towards third. Picked up by Barkyam. It will miss its target. Overshoots first baseman Keyshawn McCook. And Kason Jackson pulls into second. So a base runner on as we get action back underway at second. It looks like, and I'm going to qualify this because I have been known in the past to say something positive about the weather, and then all of a sudden it wasn't particularly positive anymore. But it looks like the rain has stopped and should stay gone. Fielded at short by Rodriguez. Fires over to first. The shot in and out of the mid of his first baseman McCook, and a couple of base runners are on. They are at first and third. Still nobody out. Jace Jackson coming to the plate. Rest of that lineup. Easton Jackson, the pitcher, batting in the 4 spot. Hazen Cobb is the third baseman, batting 5th. Levi Strickland playing right field, will bat 6th. Ty Parker is the 7-hitter, playing left center field. Catcher Jackson Hancock in the 8 spot. Colton Elder is playing right center and batting 9th. Andre Reed, the 10 spot. It is rolled short towards short. Rodriguez will fire over to first and get Jackson on the 6-3 putout, but Jackson comes in. Jace Jackson out. Kason Jackson in to second. Let's see, that they turned the double play. I don't see anybody at second, nor do I see the run that is plated on the board. There it is, and yes, indeed, they must have turned the double play. So a base runner, actually bases cleared in a 4-1 game. Hit again to Rodriguez. He will go over to first and get Jackson on the 6-3 putout. So Rodriguez, who is effective offensively, just as effectively defensively, as he delivers with a couple of 6-3 putouts of Jackson's. Jason Easton, we have played one. It's a 4-0 advantage, South Sumter. At the 36-yard line. Jarvis Hall
awfully close. Kemp will wave and miss. Strikeout, getting over. The Royal team leads the man at third.
Well, everybody trying to get adjusted for the sun, me included. The sun beginning to beat down on field 3. You know, it was nice earlier in the day as the sun was on the other side of the complex, and I guess I should have had a little more compassion for Anthony Crum, who was in the sun this morning, because now with the sun here this afternoon, I know what he was going through earlier this morning. So we are adjusting for the sun as we head to the bottom of the order and the top of the second for South Sumter. 4-1 contest. Leading things off, Bryce Smothers rolls it over towards third. Scooped up there by Cobb. Throw across the diamond. Not in time, and aboard is Smothers. So a base runner gets on here in the top part of the second, and that ball not quite in the circle, so that gives an opportunity for Smothers to get to second. So a base runner in scoring position for Kason Shea. Chase Pruitt moving to the on-deck circle. South Sumter playing a total of 4 runs in the top part of inning number 1, and that ended about 3 hours ago. Getting an at-bat again as it is rolled slowly towards Cobb at third. He will go to the bag, but thought there was a force out. There was not, and staying put at second was Smothers. So a couple of base runners aboard for Chase Pruitt. Moving to the on-deck circle is Rodriguez. 4-0 advantage. South Sumter's already played a game today. Beat Mariana by a final of 36-5. This is the first outing for Avon Park. By the way, getting you updated on scores from earlier today. Let's start with T-ball and Pool 1. I mentioned the 36-5 South Sumter win over Mariana. West Seminole, a 20-24 victor over Fort Meade. It is rolled slowly towards first. Retrieving is Jackson, not in time to get Pruitt. Meanwhile, Smothers rounds third, comes home. Back to second goes Shea. Pruitt is the base runner at first. And it's now a 5-1 advantage, South Sumter. Still a couple of base runners aboard. They are still at first and second as we get back to the top of the order. Adames Rodriguez, who has certainly been effective in the field, and he has done the same at the plate. Sends this one into right field, and Rodriguez on his way towards second, heads to third. Couple of guys in front of him, Shea and Pruitt, and Rodriguez will go back to third, pick up a triple that drives in a pair of runs. Well, that's what Rodriguez does. He just drives in runs.
I've got an umbrella in the car. You want me to strap it to this chair?
Sam looking out for me. I appreciate that. He came by to say, hey, I got an umbrella. Want me to grab it? I am draped with towel overhead. That is shot into center field. Barkiam on his way to second. He will be there standing. It brings in Rodriguez. Meanwhile, Barkiam thought about going to third, and he will trot back to the bag at second. Still nobody out here in the top part of the second for Connor Barkiam. Make that Barkiam at second. Bridger Huddleston coming to the plate. By the way, in my scorebook, now I don't know how the official scorekeeper ranks it, as this one is deposited out in front of the plate. Coming off the mound and retrieve as Jackson fires over to first. His first baseman takes a tumble trying to find the baseball. In will come Barkiam, and Huddleston winds up at third, takes the big turn, and ball's in the circle, so he's going to have to go back to third. So another run will play tonight, make it a 9-1 advantage, South Sumter. Keyshawn McCook. He has singled, he has driven in a run. And there's a little problem in the wheels of Jace Jackson, the second baseman for Avon Park. Got to get a little air in the tires, so he's got the cleats laced up and focused back on the guy stepping into the box, the right side, that is Keyshawn McCook. Bryson Doolin moving to the on-deck circle. McCook draws back, lofts one into right field. That will get in Huddleston. McCook, he takes a tumble rounding first and will have to get back on the bag. Well, it is wet, and what might have had good traction previously might not have as much good traction now. And McCook, well, he's got the traction working now. Makes his way all the way to third. And South Sumter building a 10-1 advantage here in the top of the second. Bryson Doolin wrapped into a 6-4 in the first. He comes to bat with McCook, the base runner, at third. Luke Jennings moves to the on-deck circle. There's another shot into the outfield, dropped into left field. That will bring in McCook. Doolin putting on the brakes, headed towards second, goes back to the bag. It's an RBI single for Doolin. that extends the lead to 10. An 11-1 South Sumter lead as batter number 9 comes to the plate, Luke Jennings. Jennings with a single got stranded at second in the first inning. A South Sumter squad that has already put 36 runs on the board today, that in the opening contest. Jennings knows where he wants to go and, well, pops the tee instead of the ball. Strike one on Luke Jennings. Mason Poole will follow. Well, the schedule revised. We're hoping to get all the games in today as this one is slowly rolled towards short, fielded by Cobb. Throw goes to second. We'll get beyond Jace Jackson. And that's got Doolin on his way to third. He'll put on the brakes and go back to the bag as the ball is into the circle in the hands of Easton Jackson. On the other corner, Luke Jennings. So runners at first and third as the 10th batter comes to the plate, Mason Poole. We will see what happens in the at-bat that's the 10th one of the inning. One could score, none could score, 2 or 3 could come in. Mason Poole with an RBI single. His last at-bat drops this one into left center field. Doolin comes in to score. Jennings, he will round the bag and come in and score while Easton Jackson chases Mason Poole back to the bag. A couple of runs will play on the final at-bat in the inning. And you can get a max of 10, and Sumter picks up 9. We head to the bottom of inning 2. It's a 12-run lead. It belongs to South Sumter. At the 36-yard line. Jarvis Hall
Awfully close. Kemp will wave and miss. Strikeout, getting over. The Royal team leads the man at third.
Bottom of the second, Hayes and Cobb coming to the plate. A discussion between the coach and the official before we get play underway. And that conversation wraps up. Ball on tee, and the tee swatted, and the ball doesn't travel far for Hayes and Cobb. Levi Strickland, as well as Ty Parker, due up in the inning, too. I don't think we ever set the defense for Sumter as this is rolled over towards first, scooped up by McCook. Goes over to the bag, gets the out, and there is one away. One gone for Levi Strickland. Ty Parker to the on-deck circle. Bryson Doolin on the heel for South Sumter behind the plate. Luke Jennings. Keyshawn McCook is at first. Bridger Huddleston at second. The shortstop is Adames Rodriguez. And at third, right on cue, Connor Barkyam. Barkyam cannot handle it. Rolls over towards Rodriguez. And aboard is Levi Strickland. In the outfield, Parker Grill is in left center. Belongs to Mason Mitchell, right center, Kason Shea, and right field, Bryce Smothers. So there you have it. We are all lined up with the offense and defense in the bottom part of the second. With the base runner on, it is rolled towards Barkyam. He will go to second, and let's see, was it there in time? It was. 5-4 goes the put out. As Strickland goes down, Parker the base runner at first, and there's 2 away. Well, T-ball back underway. Majors will get underway shortly, slated to resume play at 5 o'clock. One base runner on at first is Jackson Hancock. Gets the tee. I think Blue's going, okay, wait just a minute, let me step back. Get the hand out of the way before you swat it. And there it goes. To Rodriguez. Hops right up into his mitt. Goes to second, gets the lead runner, and gets the last out. 4 go up, 3 go down. 1 left on, nobody scores in the bottom of the second. We head to the top of the third. It's a 13-1 Sumter advantage.
Infield kicks it in, 40, got one guy to beat, and he beats him easily into the end zone.
Right here on JockJive.com.
Mosley, now way in the game. She's been the head coach, but she's done her part for the season.
We enter the top of the third. Parker Gill starting things off. Mason Mitchell, Bryce Smothers, 2 up in the inning, 2. A 13-1 lead that belongs to South Sumter. Again, there's no time limit. There is no mercy rule in place. But when you mathematically cannot overcome the advantage, that's when the game ends. There is a limit of 10 runs, the max possible per inning. As this one is hit out in front of the plate, coming off the mound and retrieved, Jackson fires over to first. He will get it in time to his first baseman, and that's Kaysen Jackson. So it is Jackson to Jackson for out number 1. And Mason Mitchell comes to the plate. Bryce Smothers moving to the on-deck circle. It is hot in Lakeland after the rains fell, which, by the way, just prior to the rain, cooled off a little bit. Actually felt pretty good for about 3 minutes. Then the rains chased us indoors. Pop towards second. That will get over the mid of Chase Jackson. And safely on is Mason Mitchell. And Mitchell wants to go to second. The throw, it's high. And the tag not on Mitchell. He will get into second in scoring position for Bryce Smothers. Well, shout-outs, you can send them. You see the number there on the scoreboard, 334-488-1385. Good luck, South Sumter, from Pam and Conrad Porter and Porter's Photography. Thanks so much for sending a shout-out. Good to have you watching. How do you do it? How do you send shout-outs? 334-488-1385. 334-488-1385. Base runner in scoring position. Big cut from Smothers. Had a single and a run scored in the second, and he wanted to smack that one over the park wall, which is 180 feet away. Gets the top of the baseball on that one. And rolls it about 2 or 3 feet out in front of the plate. Couple of strikes now on Bryce Smothers. Kaysen Shea moving to the on-deck circle. So the pressure on with 2 strikes, and he gets a piece of it. Rolls it between literally third and short. Cobb battling to retrieve, and it winds up between the two. Smothers safely at first and a couple of base runners on. As Kason Shea comes to the plate. Chase Pruitt to the on-deck circle. 4 runs in the first, 9 in the second for South Sumter. Avon Park plates a run in the first, scoreless. In inning number 2, there's a nice grab in the middle of the field as Easton Jackson makes a bit of a leap, brings it in. Shea goes out on the line out for out number 2. Throw over to first, intended to get Smothers, allows Mitchell to come in as it gets away from Jackson and allows Smothers to get to third. Two gone with a base runner at third in a 14-1 contest. Well, before the rains fell, it was about 87 or so here in Lakeland. Let's see what it is now. It says 79. I know that's not right. It is in the 90s as that one is down the line and foul. 88 it says. Let's see what the feels like. 97, I can live with that. Well, I don't know if I can or no. Well, I'm going to have to, I guess. Sure want to. 334-488-1385 to send shout-outs. Number posted there on your scoreboard. 2 gone, 1 aboard at third is Smothers. Pruitt trying to driving in while Rodriguez moves to the on-deck circle. It is off the tee for Pruitt. So a little adjustment of the tee, dropped a little bit. And Pruitt says, Coach, that's just right. Pulls back and fires into left field. A Chase Pruitt base hit that brings in Smothers. And Pruitt safely over at first as we get back to the top of the order. And Adam East Rodriguez coming to the plate. This guy has not gone down today. He has been to the plate 6 times. He has gotten on 6 times. 3 home runs in the opening game, a home run and a triple in this one. 4 home runs of the day for Adam East Rodriguez. And he's aiming for right field again. Draws back and wow, slams that one in the direction of right field. Hits, rolls, trying to chase it down as Colton Elder. Pruitt on his way to third, and Rodriguez got to, kind of get the foot off the accelerator so he doesn't run past the guy ahead of him. Rodriguez, 6 round trippers today. And 2 more score to make it a 17-1 advantage, South Sumter. Connor Barkyam coming to the plate. Bridger Huddleston. He moves to the on-deck circle. 4 runs plating in the inning. Bases are cleared for Barkyam. Battered around a bit by Cobb at short. Throw over is late. Barkyam gives a look back, sees the ball sail over towards the dugout on his way to second. Says second's not enough. Wants third, but coach and officials say, sorry, son, back to the bag at second. As the ball is into the circle before you reach the hash mark between second and third. More shout-outs. This one says, go South Sumter. Good luck, Mason Poole from Eli and Jackson. Eli and Jackson, thanks so much for the shout-out. Well, that's how you do it. 334-488-1385. You put it in your phone, mash send. We'll read it on the air. Into left center field for Bridger Huddleston. Rounding third, coming home, Barkyam. Huddleston with an RBI single at first. And after a slow start in the inning, things have picked up for South Sumter. 2 of the first 4 go down, but since then, you've had 4 straight get aboard as Keyshawn McCook comes to the plate. Bryson Doolin to the on-deck circle. Ball on tee. McCook gives the field a look, pulls the trigger and fires away. Hit towards second. Off Jackson's mitt. Goes into right center field. Taking a look back as Huddleston holds up for a bit. Throw goes through the circle. Huddleston will come in and score. McCook on his way to third. Takes the big turn. And apparently there was interference. And I think that was a on-deck hitter. Bryson Doolin stepped into the path that denied an opportunity for Easton Jackson to retrieve the ball and try to get to McCook. So because he stepped into the path with the interference, you've got the out and the runner stranded in third, and Doolin will have to await a plate appearance in the third. But it is an 8-run inning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 runs played in the inning. And it's a 19-1 lead that belongs to South Sumter. We head to the bottom of the third.
Southern to serve to begin this one. He's got running room. Infield kicks it in. 40. Got one guy to beat, and he beats him easily into the end zone.
Watch right here on JockJive.com.
Mosley. Now with 20 in the game. Well, she's been the head coach. But she's done her part for the season.
We head to the bottom of the third. Colton Elder starting things off. Aspen Reed, Houston Hall, all due up in the inning, too. A 6-run top part of the third for South Sumter. Now an 18-run lead as we head into the bottom of the third. South Sumter a 4-run first, 9-run second, 6-run third. 1 in the first, scoreless second. Batting in the third is Avon Park. And a conversation going on between coach and official before we resume play. By the way, if you follow us on Facebook, you knew when play would resume. One of the incentives to doing so. We're trying to get to 10,000 likes on Facebook this summer. Now, it's going to take about 800 more likes, but we've got a lot of games to get them in. But don't want to wait until we get to the end of the summer. There's a shot hit right into the mitt. Coming off the mound to his right, that is Bryson Doolin. And Colton Elder with a line out to the pitcher is out number 1. Aspen Reed, to make that Aiden Reed coming to the plate. So if you would just open up a brand new browser, don't want you to close out the browser that's got the game coverage. Don't want you to miss a single hit, single play, single run. But if you'll open up a brand new browser, trying to check his swing was Aiden Reed coming out of the circle. Doolin, hey, it pays off. Turns into a bunt for Reed. And now the officials discussing, they said that looked like a bunt. That's what the coaches are saying. That's what some of the South Sumter fans are saying as well. And bunts apparently not acceptable in the play of T-ball. So a conversation with the official to plead their case. It was a check swing. It was a swing that wasn't meant to hit the ball for Aiden Reed. But he gets the ball and rolls out in front of the semicircle. Turns into a base hit. And it looks like the official has decided it is a base hit for Aiden Reed. So Reed, the base runner at first. as it is swung on by Houston Hall with one away here in the bottom of the third. But again, just open up a brand new browser to like us on Facebook. Over to first goes the throw. Able to get the sure out as Doolin had an opportunity to get the lead runner, but instead wants to make sure he's got Hall for out number 2. With an 18-run lead, you're more focused on getting those sure outs. And there's 2 away for Jalen Sullivan. Kaysen Jackson moving to the on-deck circle. Facebook and Twitter, though. Follow us. And as we mentioned, you saw it earlier, diving trying to get there from third. Barkyam goes over to first, won't get the runner. Reed will come in, he will score. And Sullivan safely at first with an RBI single. So multiple reasons, logic for liking us on Facebook and following us on Twitter. We keep you updated on everything we are doing. We give you weather delays, that kind of information and more, and you help us get to 10,000 likes by the end of the summer. 2 gone, 1 aboard, 1 in. Top of the order batting. It is Kaysen Jackson who had a single his last at-bat. Backhanded over at third by Barkyam. He recovers and fires to second, not in time, though, to get Sullivan. So Jackson on, Sullivan on as well. And Crew Cobb coming to the plate. Ball on tee. Cobb pulls back, hits it up the middle. Doolin knocks it down. Rodriguez will track it down. And then thinks about second. Looks to second. That allows Sullivan to come in and score. The throw, it will go over the head of Pruitt. Goes to the backstop. Jackson winds up at third. And Crew Cobb at second. And it's now a 19-3 contest. Couple of base runners on for Jace Jackson. Jackson wrapped into a 6-3 his last at-bat. Diving, trying to get there by Rodriguez. Cannot get to it. Jackson will come in and score. Cobb rounding third. He will plate the run with a throw to the plate. Jace Jackson goes to second. He's on his way to third. Pruitt still got it in his hands as Jackson gets to third. So 2 runs played on the Jace Jackson triple. Now a 19-5 contest. Easton Jackson with 2 away. Pops it up. Underneath the mid of Rodriguez at short. Jackson to score. And Jackson aboard. Jace coming in from third. Easton the base runner at first. And Avon Park battling back here in the bottom part of the third. They've plated 5 runs of their own after a 6-run top part of the inning by South Sumter. Cobb delivering to second. And Cobb is on, so a couple of base runners aboard. $19-6 contest here in the bottom of the third. And here's the 10th at bat in the bottom of the third. It has been a big inning for Avon Park. got a couple of base runners on. 5 have come in and scored. Levi Strickland, who was perfect on the day with a single in the second, has an opportunity to drive in none, 1, 2, or 3. And South Sumter talking strategy. Today, it's the first time that South Sumter has seen 10 come to the plate against their defense. So Levi Strickland pops it up, and the catch made by Rodriguez at short. 5 coming in score, though. Avon Park makes it a 13-run ball game as we head to the 4th. It is the Florida T-Ball State Tournament on JockJive.
Southern to serve to begin this finish time. He's got running room. Midfield kicks it in. 40. Got one guy to beat, and he beats him easily into the end zone.
Watch right here on JockJive.com.
Mosley. Now with 20 in the game. As long as she's been the head coach. But she's done her part for the season.
Top of the 4th, Bryson Tulin starting things off. Fires it towards center field, and Tulin on his way to first. Takes the big turn at first. Heads back to the bag, and the leadoff batter on for South Sumter. Big bottom of the 3rd for Avon Park. If they scored few and South Sumter scored much in the 4th, and sure would put a lot of pressure on innings 4, 5, and 6 for Avon Park. Roll towards 3rd, scooped up there by Cobb. Cobb will throw it into right field. Doolin taking the turn at 3rd. He is on his way home. He will come in and score. No, he's told to go back. Apparently got across, or did not get across the hash mark before the ball was into the mid of Easton Jackson on the mound. Runners at 1st and 3rd. Nobody out here in the top part of the 4th. Mason Poole, a couple of singles. He's driven in 3 runs. Parker Gill moves to the on-deck circle. Popped up. That will drop into left center field. Doolin coming in to score. Jennings headed towards 3rd. Throw coming in from the outfield. It winds up in the circle, and coming in to score is Jennings. Poole safe over at 1st. A 21-6 advantage, South Sumter, with Poole at 1st for Parker Gill. And now Avon Park doing what South Sumter did an inning ago, and that's rally the troops, gather them around the mound, talk defensive strategy. Quick reminder, we're everywhere. Well, okay, maybe not everywhere, but a lot of places this weekend doing the majors of the T-ball here. Mike Rideout is down up in this particular case, Spring Hill, Florida, for the Florida Dixie Boys and the Junior Dixie Boys State Tournament. Next week off to Mariana for the AAA and Ozone for Florida, in Andalusia and Troy for the AAA and Ozone for Alabama. Smacked in the direction of right field. That is a base hit for Parker Gill. Poole on his way to third. He's given the green light to go on to the house. Let's see if the ball makes it into the circle in time. It will not. And Gill is driven in a run. Ball in and out of the circle as Easton Jackson will try to track it down. Gill took a tumble and decided, okay, after falling in the mud, I better get back to first. And he is back onto the bag at first for Mason Mitchell. 4 have come to the plate. 3 have come in and scored. Mason Mitchell 1 for 2. Left-hander pulls back, fires away. Hit towards short. Nice scoop by Cobb. Goes to second. Gets the lead runner on the 6-4 putout. And there is one away for Bryce Smothers. Well, this is a South Sumter squad that is very aggressive, very alert. Listen to the coach. Coach says go, they go. Coach says stop, they stop. And taking advantage of a ball that gets out of the hands of Easton Jackson, comes off the mound, and that allows Mitchell to get to second. Bryce Smothers 2 for 2. Drives this one towards third. Nice stop at third on the dive by Hazen Cobb. He will not make a throw, but a great defensive stop. Holding at second, Mitchell. Smothers the base runner at first. And Kason Shea coming to the plate. Representing the 7th at bat of the inning. Shea 1 for 2. A single and a line out to the pitcher. Sends it towards second. Trying to lay the tag. Jackson trying to get the tag on Smothers. Did he do it? In will come Mitchell. And I don't think he got him. Smothers safely at second. Shea at first, and now a 23-6 contest. And apparently the Avon Park coach says, well, you know, I got to go out and ask. I mean, this is just my job. So he walks out towards the umpire with a smile on his face, which typically means, okay, you know, I get it that he probably didn't tag him, but, you know, I got to do my coach thing. So after the conversation, confirmation. Smothers safe at second. Shea, the base runner, at first for Chase Pruitt. Pruitt at the last minute decided, hey, I'm going to move up in the box and try to put this where they don't expect it. And instead pops the tee, not the baseball. 23-6, 2 on, 1 away. We're in the top of the 4th. Pruitt pulls back, aims to third, and slides right between the legs of Hazen Cobb. Rounding third, coming home, Smothers. Back to second goes Shea. At first is Pruitt. Couple of base runners on, and now a 24-6 South Sumter advantage. Back to the top of the order we go. Here's the guy that has not gone down. 6 home runs in a total of 8 at-bats, and he drops this one down the line, Rodriguez. Shea, he will come in and score. Pruitt trying to keep ahead of Rodriguez. Here comes Adams, and he does it again. Clears the bases, drives in 3. And here is batter number 10. Connor Barkyam, 3 for 3. A single, couple of doubles. He has scored 3 runs. He wants it inside the Parker, aims for right over the mitt of Jackson into right field, and Barkyam's just going to keep on running. He will go to third, and he'll run into the tag there. Well, it was the last at-bat in the inning, so you just keep on rolling and get what you can, and that's what Barkyam did. Got tagged out at third. But another big inning for South Sumter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 runs will plate. The lead is 21 as we head to the bottom of the 4th.
Infield, kicks it in, 40, got one guy to beat, and he beats him easily into the end zone.
Watch right here on JockJive.com.
Well, a quick reminder, when we end coverage of youth sports, we begin coverage of high school and college. This fall here on JockJive.com, the Alabama Community College Conference Game of the Week. Might be doing the same for the GCAA, the Georgia Collegiate Athletic Association. We'll be working with the SWAC, Great American Rivalries, Tuskegee, Georgia Military College, and a whole lot more. So just because youth sports ends doesn't mean sports ends on JockJive. As a matter of fact, 24/7, you can get it right here, on demand or live. It's all on JockJive. Well, to a degree, Avon Park, with their back against the wall, they have at least got to score a run. Again, no mercy rules, but when you are mathematically unable to come back, that's when the game ends. It is the bottom of the 3rd. You are allowed a max of 10 per inning. So you know that the most you can do in the 4th, 5th, or 6th is 30 runs. I'll make that in the 5th and 6th. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Is 20 runs. So the lead, 21 currently, means Avon Park's got to get 1 to send it to the top of the 5th. Meanwhile, this Avon Park squad trying to have an inning similar to the one they had in the 3rd. Biggest inning in the contest when they played at 5. Don't want one like the 2nd when they went scoreless. Popped up towards 2nd. That is a base hit to begin the Avon Park 4th. As Ty Parker is able to get aboard. So a base runner on for Jackson Hancock. Hancock 0 for 1, wrapped into a 6-4 his last at-bat. Well, it looks like the T-ball game over on field 2, where Jason Thompson is working, has come to an end. We'll get a score from that one momentarily. Hancock drives it towards Barkyaw, picks up, fires to second, and gets the out there on a 6-4 put out. One away with Hancock at first. Colton Elder headed to the tee. Base runner at first, one away. Avon Park needing a run to send it to the 5th, but needing far more than one to make sure that it comes to the bottom of the 5th. Colton Elder with a line out to the pitcher, his last at-bat. Drives this one to the pitcher as well. Knocked down by Doolin. He will go over to first and one hop it into the mid of Keyshawn Cook. Hancock will go to second, but he's there with 2 gone. And now it's an Avon Park squad that has got to have something out of Aiden Reed. Reed with a single and a run scored in the 3rd. Well, and maybe somewhere along the line I missed an at-bat, because this is Houston Hall to the plate. And I do notice, too, that they've taken a run off the board for South Sumter. So a couple of changes. They've made it a 26-6 game after evaluating the stats. I've got it at 4, 13, 19, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got it at 27, but apparently a conversation with the official has changed that and made it a 26-6 game now in the bottom of the 4th. All getting on, and Sullivan going to the plate. Always a possibility that a hitter is out because of an injury or had to leave the park, and maybe we don't have that information. Sebring a 23-8 winner over Wildwood in the other T-ball game in Pool 1 play that's wrapped up. That game ends in the 5th. So Sebring defeating Wildwood 23-8. Here it is 26-6. Couple of base runners aboard. They are on the corners. 2 are gone. And Sullivan will wrap it. 2-3, retrieved there by Barkyam. Hancock comes in to score. Hall will go to second. And Sullivan's the base runner at first as we go back to the top of the order. Kason Jackson's been perfect on the day. Couple of base hits, singles in the 1st and 3rd. Crew Cobb moves to the on-deck circle. Popped up. Doolin's got it. Inning ends, and the lead is 19. So for South Sumter, 2 runs will wrap it up. They're looking for a 2-run 5th. Avon Park trying to step up the defense and hold the South Sumter squad scoreless in the 5th.
Midfield kicks it in, 40, got one guy to beat, and he beats him easily into the end zone.
Watch right here on JockJive.com.
We head to the top of the fifth. South Sumter sending Bridger Huddleston, Keyshawn McCook, Bryson Doolin to the plate. They need 2 runs. You score 2 runs, there won't be a bottom part of the fifth. When one team is mathematically eliminated, then the game ends. There is no set mercy rule. But the max you can score in an inning, as I mentioned earlier, is 10. Right now, the lead is 19. So if South Sumter scores twice, the lead is insurmountable. 4th game of the day, pool play, Pool 2. Here in the Florida Dixie Youth Baseball T-Ball State Tournament. Well, for every other age division, there is a World Series. For machine pitch and coach pitch, it's Cleveland, Mississippi. For AAA Ozone and the majors, it's Oxford, Alabama. But in T-ball, this is the big one, the state tournament. The biggest piece of hardware you can gather is in state tournament play. 10 teams get here hoping for a title. 5 in Pool 1, 5 in Pool 2. 4 teams will emerge from pool play and advance to bracket play on Monday. Huddleston drives it into left field to lead off the fifth. And Huddleston taking the big turn, goes to second, and he is there safely. So Huddleston with the double to begin the fifth. That brings the winning run to the plate in the form of Keyshawn McCook. If McCook and Huddleston score, then this game ends here in the top part of the fifth. Next game with a revised schedule slated for a 6 o'clock start. That's about 25 minutes from now. McCook rolls it underneath the mitt of Chase Jackson. Huddleston will come in and score. McCook rounding second on his way towards third. Ball still being bobbled a bit. Coming in to score is McCook, and this game is over. It turns into an inside the park home run for McCook. The lead is 21. The max that Avon Park could score in the fifth and sixth is 20. And it's an insurmountable lead for South Sumter. 28-7 your final score. Took about 5 hours to complete after a 2.5 to 3 hour rain delay, but this one is over. 28-7, South Sumter knocking off Avon Park. Pool 2, Game 4, Mariana and West Seminole. It's coming up at 6 o'clock here on JockJive.com. Thanks for watching. See you then. I'm Robert Williamson.